Out of nowhere, a speeding car runs a red light and slams into several other cars, triggering a fiery nightmare. 6 people are dead, including a pregnant woman and a baby. We want to warn you, the video of the crash is difficult to watch. Now, this tragic crash happened at the corner of Slauson and Brea in Windsor Hills, and we have live team coverage on the ground and above the scene in Sky 9, beginning with Rick Montanez at the crash site. Rick?
And Pat, investigators just announced what they feared the most. They discovered another victim in the burned out wreckage. We'll show you the scene here more than 7 hours after this fiery crash. And you can see all of the work investigators still have before them. They are going through all of this wreckage. They say now the number of people dead by their count is at 6, which includes an unborn child. The driver of the speeding car that set off this chain reaction survived the crash. The CHP just told us a few minutes ago she's a 40-year-old woman, and officers are at the hospital right now talking with her, trying to figure out what happened. As Pat mentioned, a warning about the video of the crash. We're going to show it to you once here. It's difficult to watch, and it shows how quickly this all happened. Watch, about 10 seconds after the light turned green on Slauson, the driver of a speeding Mercedes-Benz zooms through her red light on Brea. An eruption of car parts and flames as the 5 cars involved finally stop moving.
All I heard was a crash, an explosion. It was just a big explosion, and the flames went over my whole car. The flames went over the car, and I thought my car was on fire.
Deborah Jackson was about to pump gas. You can see her gold SUV just behind the firefighters near the wreckage.
The flames went over I thought my whole car was on fire. Everybody was screaming, telling me to jump out, and I was trying to jump out. I was just scared.
Several people ran through the intersection to help. CHP investigators say some of the victims were thrown from their cars. We spotted a child seat in the middle of Slauson Avenue. Veronica Esquivel says she tried to help the baby, but couldn't.
And I saw things, metals and things flying in the air, so I kind of covered myself behind the pump.
A handful of ambulances responded to help 8 other people injured in the crash. The LA County Fire Department says 2 adults and 6 kids survived with minor injuries.
It was all burning. It was all burning. 2 cars were burning. And then there was another car over there, a Mercedes. And I think they rescued her.
Investigators tell me they did rescue the driver of the Mercedes, the woman who drove her car through the red light, causing the gruesome crash.
It happened so fast.
In an instant, so much destruction, heartbreak, and loss. And as we come back live to the scene, just a few moments ago, it appears one of the relatives showed up here at the scene. We could hear them crying, and now they are talking with investigators. Of course, the CHP and all the other crews out here have a lot to go through here. We know that 3 adults, that unborn child and an infant were killed. The age of the victim just discovered in the wreckage is not known yet. As for the injured, as far as those children go, minor injuries were told. Their ages range from 13 months to 15 years old. And at this point, we are still waiting for the victims in this crash who lost their lives. We're waiting for them to be identified. And CHP says they're also still trying to figure out what exactly caused this deadly chain reaction crash. Reporting live in Windsor Hills, Rick Montanez, KCAL 9 News.
Yeah, still lots to be done. So much sadness in the meantime. Thank you, Rick.